Matthew McConaughey's 50th birthday speech wasn't a celebration. It was a confession that terrified successful men everywhere. His fear reflects a hidden epidemic. Suicide rates for men over 55 have risen significantly, often connected to family breakdown. This is the great paradox. Midlife is our supposed peak for earnings, confidence, and power. So why does it feel so hollow? Because for many men today, the biggest crisis is not failure. It's achieving success and finding out it is meaningless. Here, we'll dissect why the finish line feels like a dead end, expose the forces driving this crisis, and chart a new map for what's next. Let's start with a core psychological trap. Have you ever worked for years to get something, only to feel empty when you finally got it? Psychologists call this the arrival fallacy. It's the false belief that achieving a long-sought-after goal will bring lasting happiness. Our brains are wired to value the pursuit more than the prize. When the chase ends, the dopamine fades, and we're left asking, was that it? We think we know what this looks like, the stereotypical midlife crisis, the sports car, the affair. But data shows this is mostly a media-fueled myth. The reality for most isn't a loud explosion, but a quiet implosion. It's a period of intense, often silent soul-searching after your life's goals are met. And this implosion is happening in a vacuum. It's the friendship recession. In 2021, 15% of men had zero close friends, a 500% increase from 1990. This worsens with age. Studies show men's emotional support networks consistently decline, making them far more likely to have no one for support. Even when men do have friends, research shows their expectations for these friendships are low, and those low expectations often go unmet. So we're chasing empty goals, and we're doing it completely alone. But what are the deeper forces at play? There are three drivers: biological, psychological, and social. Biologically, men experience andropause. Testosterone declines about 1% a year after 30, which can contribute to fatigue, anxiety, and depression. Psychologically, reaching the career peak is not a relief. It's a state of depletion. Successful men report being drained, time poor, and perpetually stressed. Socially, we are programmed with a narrow definition of success: money, prestige, power. This turns life into a competition, making us feel inadequate even when we've won. How does this manifest? First, a profound sense of stagnation. Men realize their lives have been built around responsibility, not joy, leaving them disconnected. This stagnation can lead to impulsive acts. It's not about wanting a new car. It's a desperate attempt to feel purpose, control, or a spark of youth again. For some, the crisis is triggered by external events like family breakdown. Studies show a huge driver of male despair is being denied contact with their children. So we have the causes and the symptoms, but the picture is even more complex. Let's challenge a few assumptions. First, while societal pressures differ, this is not exclusively a male problem. Data shows men and women report having a midlife crisis at almost identical rates. Second, as we mentioned, the crisis label is misleading. The real issue is not a sudden break, but a slow, creeping sense of dread. Psychologists have a term for this: existential dread. The anxiety that arises when you must confront questions of meaning, freedom, and death. This leads us to the vital point. If success is the trigger and a crisis isn't the disease, what is the real question successful men are facing? This is the very question McConaughey was wrestling with on stage. He climbed the mountain and realized the view wasn't what he was promised. Now, let's connect all the dots to build the complete picture of this modern male crisis. Our culture from Scene 17 programs us for external goals. This triggers the arrival fallacy from Scene 7 when we achieve them. The game is unwinnable. When this existential fall happens, the friendship recession from Scene 11 means there's no safety net. Men grapple with life's biggest questions in solitary confinement. This is the terrifying synthesis. The peak of a man's success from Scene 3 can coincide with his deepest isolation, creating the storm behind the suicide rates in Scene 2. So the real question is not, what do I achieve next? It's, who do I want to become, and what is my purpose beyond the checklist of success? Achieving culturally defined success does not guarantee meaning. The terror McConaughey voiced is realizing the map we've been using leads to an empty destination. The answer is not another goal. It is a new framework. It is shifting from a life of accomplishing to a life of becoming, finding purpose in daily action. The ancient Greeks had a word for this, eudaimonia. It is not happiness, it's human flourishing, a life of purpose found in the process, not the outcome. McConaughey's speech should be terrifying, but not paralyzing. Let that terror be a wake-up call to stop climbing and start asking the right questions.